Okay, guys, we are live. We're gonna go ahead and give folk a few minutes to jump in here, Coach Smith, before we kick off.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna and generally it'll take a few seconds. You know, Facebook is doing this thing, sending this little notices out, but we are live now, so anything we do, people are seeing it at this point.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not right now, sir. Not right now.
You get settled there. We got them starting to come in here now. I don't know what the deal is, Coach Smith. When we start talking about them Peabody games, people start jumping in on us. So
Hey, that's a good thing.
that's that's an awesome thing, brother. Yep. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. First of all, Coach Smith, the legend himself. We want to just say thank you for giving us this honor to do this at such a short notice. This morning when I reached out to you, you said without a hesitation, you said, "Hey, let's do it." So we certainly want to say thank you for that.
Thank y'all for having me.
We know that you don't. We know you don't take your teaching or coaching job lightly. I know personally from being a student at Peabody and then as a teacher over there with you. And we aim to hope to be the standard for what we do, the same way you do in that coaching arena. And you're the standard for what you do. So for the few in this area who don't know you, who haven't heard about you, haven't heard all of the legends that you've been created over there, why don't you sit down and explain that to them right quick, if you don't mind there, sir?
Okay, well, my name is Charles Smith Jr. I'm a product of rural Rapides Parish.
Mm-hmm.
Went to a all-black school, a Watermark High School in Boyce, Louisiana. Went to a HBCU, Paul Quinn College, now Dallas, Texas. And I returned home after college to teach at Peabody High School, which is a predominantly and historical black school in central Louisiana.
Okay.
Coach Smith, first, let me start by saying, as a diehard basketball fan on all levels, from little bitty kids all the way to the big kids, me and Jack have done a few interviews, but this by far the highlight of. I talked to governor candidates, treasurer. I done talked to some major people, but as a diehard basketball fan, this is the highlight of my interviewing career. So I want to thank you for that opportunity.
Okay.
As a fan of this game, it's like wow, you're interviewing a legend in this sport, but probably the greatest high school coach in the state of Louisiana history. So just having that opportunity, doing that is just an amazing feeling to be able to do that. As a fan, I just want to say, this is the pinnacle of my career, doing what I do over here in Urbancast.
Okay.
So I want to thank you for that. But as a fan, I also understand the magnitude of the occasion you and the kids are about to embark on.
Right.
You have done it. You have done this several times with the best results possible, and then with the result that you didn't hope for. How are you able to prepare the kids not only physically for what they're about to go through, but also that mental thing that they're about to go through?
Okay, good question. Good question. Well, I got into sport early. In my hometown, we had a that was a member of the old Negro League. And I got a chance to watch those guys play on Sunday afternoons after church. And I was just admired about their skill level. And I was able to follow in their footsteps. I played high school baseball and also basketball. Went off to college. and got a degree in mathematics. And I played baseball. I was drafted by the Cincinnati Reds out of college, but I did not make it in professional baseball. So I returned home to Louisiana to coach, and I was blessed. God blessed me with a skill to be able to work with young people, and I've been able to do it for a long period of time. And I combine my math skills, my math teaching skills, along with my coaching skills. In mathematics, you have to get the basic, the fundamentals in order to be good at it. So I did the same thing with basketball. I developed the fundamentals. And by developing the fundamentals, I was able to, get the kids and teach them from the ground up, so to speak. And also, being assistant coach on Mr. Ernest Bowman, he was very, very persistent in conditioning. So I got that part of the game from him. He believed that a well-conditioned athlete, as well as a academically strong athlete, is hard to beat. So I followed in that footstep and continue to do the same thing. So I want my kids to be academically sound as well as athletically sound. And that has propelled me and my teams to have great success. We've been able to win over 1,182 games, 1,182 games.
Wow.
We've amassed 8 state championships. We've gotten over 70 college scholarships. And that's from major colleges like UConn, Alabama, USC, Connecticut, Oklahoma State, and to numerous junior college scholarships. And I would say about 80 to 85% of those guys have gone on to get college degrees. So that's what I'm all about. The basketball is good, but we know Michael Jordan he no longer plays basketball. So you got to have something to fall back on once your basketball or your sports career is over.
Yeah, and that's something that's very important that I tell the kids a lot of times, helping coach younger kids, that the academic part is more important than the basketball part.
That's correct.
Because basketball just go along with it. But if you're doing what you're supposed to do in academics,
right,
that's gonna carry you way longer than basketball can carry.
That's correct. That's correct. And one other thing I want to add to that too. Before I get into the academics and the athletics, I tell the young men, number one, you have to be a good person. Being a good person, that deals with your character, and that carries you a long way. And what I mean by that is people will give you the benefit of the doubt. They will go the extra mile with you, or if you are a good person and you have good character.
Agree, definitely agree.
Definitely agree with that one, Coach Smith. Definitely agree. Coach Smith, as a pillar of this community, what does it mean to you to be so respected in the entire city, the region, and get the support that you and your players get? Even the LHSAA know your teams are probably coming to state Final Four with the largest fan base that's out there. What does that mean to you?
That means a lot to me. And I've always made the comment that Peabody basketball is only as good as our sixth man. And what do I mean by my sixth man? That's what I call the Warhorse Nation. Ever since I've been at Peabody, you would know of it. We had what we call the old gym when we played in the upstairs gym.
Mm-hmm.
That gym was packed out every ball game, and you had to stand in line. Game started at 6 o'clock. And our fan base has been our community, and I've always tried to put teams on the court that represented our community.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm a big basketball fan, so I've done a little research on the team you guys are going to be playing, old George Washington Carver out of New Orleans.
Correct.
That team is led by a 6'2" senior point guard and a 6'9" center that putting up some pretty big numbers.
Correct.
And that team has been pretty dominant all season. How do you make sure that even if those two do what they normally do, that the role players don't contribute in the fashion that is needed for that team to be successful?
Well, you're absolutely correct. We played this team last year in the semifinals. Had an opportunity to win the game, but circumstances, happened and we did not win. But I have the majority of those guys back this year. So the mistakes that we made last year, we've been trying to correct those up to this point. So as a coach, really the best strategy as a coach is to take away their strong points. So we're going to try to take away their best two players and force some other guys to beat us.
Right.
A lot of can't stop those guys, but what we'll do is we'll just try to let the other try to stop the weaker guys. But I try to stop their best players.
Okay.
And coach, you've been teaching for a minute now, and coaching for over 34 years. I was a student at Peabody when you were assistant coach to Coach Bowman. You still have the same passion you had when I was a senior over there at Peabody.
Correct.
And the fire that any of your students or former players will tell you, you still burn. How long you plan on doing this, man? And I'm saying that because I was a student under you, and then I was your colleague, and now here I'm sitting here interviewing you. So how long you plan on doing?
When I started, I've truly been blessed. God has blessed me with good health over a long period of time, and I've been able to deal with the change of time. Kids have changed over a period of time.
Right.
I have not changed my philosophy or changed my way of doing things, but I have adjusted to the different needs of the students. Students now, they are not as we used to say back in the old days, they're not as tough-skinned or thick-skinned as they used to be. So now you have to be more of a counselor than a disciplinarian.
Understood. Mm-hmm. Coach Smith, you have 8 state titles, and I know as the coach, each one was special. And I know you have vivid memories and players of the players and moments from all of those seasons and all of those championship runs. What would a title for this team mean to you, to yourself, the players, the parents, and the fan base?
Well, to me, it's a mark of consistency. As you said, I was assistant coach in 1979 when we won our first state championship. 1991, as the head coach, I won my first state championship as a head coach. And now we're looking at 2024. So that's a long period of time for anyone to be that consistent with a different set of boys and a different group of boys and a different generation of boys over that long period of time. So that's what, I take pleasure in, the consistency of what I've been able to do.
Okay, Coach. Well, we definitely want to say thank you. But we can't let you go without talking about April 6th, 2024. You already a member of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. But on that day, the NCAA has their Final Four, but they also will be announcing the newest members of the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. You, sir, are the only high school coach that made it to be a finalist in the class that includes legends like Vince Carter and also the great Simone Augustus, who is considered, if not the greatest women's player in Louisiana history, one of the greatest players in Louisiana history for real.
Right.
What does even being close to this mean to you? And what will it mean to you if you are in fact announced as a member of that class that will be forever etched in basketball lore as one of the greatest high school coaches ever?
I tell you what, when I got the news, I was very, very surprised. The only thing I knew about Dr. James Naismith when I was in 9th grade in high school, that was my first assignment in my PE class to do research on Dr. James Naismith, the inventor of basketball, where he started with a peach basket and you threw a ball into the peach basket. You had to climb up a ladder to retrieve it. So that's all I knew about Dr. James Naismith. But 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine from New York called me and said that he had the privilege of seeing my name on a list of finalists for the James Naismith Hall of Fame. And of course, that's the top Hall of Fame that you could be a member of. And I got a little emotional Currently I'm in 3 Hall of Fames. I'm in the Louisiana Coaches Hall of Fame, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, and the National Coaches Hall of Fame. So that would be, I guess, the pinnacle, or the top of the mountain, or the icing on the cake, so to speak, for not only for myself, but for my family, my mom and dad, who I love, and they've passed on. So that would be a legacy to them, my brothers and sisters, and also Peabody High School. I love the old Peabody, and I've committed myself there for over 40 some years. So that would be not only for me, but it would benefit Peabody High School. It would benefit our community, Rapides Parish, which I grew up in rural Rapides Parish, and also the state of Louisiana. So that would be a great honor.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing when I saw that. I told my son that, like I said, I got a 14-year-old that play basketball. I said, hey, I'm about to talk to a coach that's gonna be a Hall of Famer. He said Hall of Famer like Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan. I said, yeah, the exact same Hall of Fame that they are in.
That's correct.
He about to be in that Hall of Fame in about a month. I say, so he told my daddy, you lying. I said, I'm gonna show you. I say, so just like I said, for me, this has been the biggest thing. This has been the biggest opportunity. This has been the biggest interview for me. I mean, I went to school for broadcasting. I played basketball, but unfortunately, I'm 5'8". So I didn't make it any further than high school, basically. But I still have a passion for it, like you say, the kids. I help coach the kids. But to be able to say about a month and a half, to be able to tell my friends, hey, I interviewed a Hall of Famer, not a real Hall of Famer, not, I'm talking about the top of the top, like you say. So that's just an amazing honor, even to be thought of in that fashion.
Correct.
As a high school coach. I mean, most people when they think of the Hall of Fame, they think about the NBA players.
Correct.
They don't think about the guys like yourself who build foundations for those players to become NBA players, college all-star, that type of thing. So it's not a lot of high school coaches that to reach that pinnacle. Correct. So for you to even have the opportunity is an amazing opportunity. So I wanted to just say congratulations on that. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. And I'll definitely be looking on April 6th, because I'll be watching the Final Four anyway. So I'll be waiting to hear that announcement.
Yeah. Well, I am a finalist, like you said. I'm the only high school that's in the final list. And the way that procedure works, there are 24 votes that are cast, and you have to get 18 of the 24 votes in order to be selected. So God willing, and everything. But like I said, just it's an honor just to be call with the names of those great players like Shaquille O'Neal, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell. That's a great honor.
Definitely. And it mean, like you said, it means a lot for the community, because I know Peabody already gonna unveil a statue of you at some point. They already gonna do that. But being a Hall of Famer, that means City of Alexandria gonna have to put you in bronze somewhere in the city and put up a sign and say, hey, this Alexandria, Louisiana home of Hall of Famer Coach Charles Smith Jr. So we definitely waiting for that moment as well. But like you said, you need 18 of the 24 to say yes. Hopefully you and the boss can get this night when y'all playing against the best 4 teams in the state.
That's correct.
You can't ask for any better opportunity than that. You're not beating no dark horses. You beating the best of the best. So that should, like you said, that should add a little bit more seasoning to the plate you already got out there. So we wish you the best on that. And like I said, it sure gonna give me some bragging rights to be able to say, hey, I got a friend that's a Hall of Fame.
Well, if it all happens, I'll be glad to come back on the show.
Oh, right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We definitely gonna do that.
Before we go, Coach, is there anything you want to say to the fans out there here in the city, in the region?
Well, yes, I would. I would like to say thank you, to everyone that has supported me, especially to my family.
Mm-hmm.
I've been blessed to have a great family and family support. The community has always supported me, through the years, really.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say thank you to the different churches that have prayed for us and been there for us. I've been able to go to a lot of the different churches in the area and have service with them on Sundays. So I want to say thank you to them. Thank you for all of those that have gone on before me. A lot of teachers that for yourself that I started with at Peabody.
Right.
With us, and those people gave me wisdom and really took me under their wings and showed me how to really be a successful teacher. So yes, I want to say thank you to Central Louisiana, for being there for me and supporting me throughout my career.
And I just want to say one other thing too. When a lot of people don't realize that you got all of that success, but you still got to teach them kids,
That's
not
right.
the basketball players.
That's right.
You still teaching kids on your daily job is to teach.
That's correct.
Trigonometry, Damon.
Right.
You're still teaching that, Coach. You're still teaching that trig.
Look, my son came home, he taking trigonometry, and I'm very strict on the academic aspect of it. So he had 5 A's and 1 C. He in the 8th grade, but he taking 10th grade math.
Okay.
And I looked at he had a C or 7, 8 in trigonometry.
Yeah.
And I said, ain't nothing I can do for you, son. I said,
but continue.
I said, if it's social studies or it's English or something like that, me and you can sit down and I can help you with that. I say, but I barely got past algebra 1. I say, so trigonometry, we're gonna have to get you some tutoring for that to get that up to an A, because Daddy can't help you on that one.
Well, Coach, we definitely want to say thank you again, and we're definitely going to try to be there in the house with you when you're down. Yeah, and give us that date again. Give us the date of the game. This first semifinal.
Okay. Semifinal game will be in Lake Charles at Burton Coliseum Thursday,
okay,
March the 7th at 2:45.
2:45.
Burton Coliseum, Lake Charles, Louisiana.
And Coach, between now and Thursday, what are the young brothers doing right now? Your team members doing? What are they doing right now to get their mind mentally psyched for this game?
Well, we had a tough game on Friday night last night. So we gave them the day off to rest. So we'll be back in the gym tomorrow afternoon at 4:00, and we'll start our preparation for the next ball game.
Okay. All right. I always wanted to know that. And the other thing is, Coach, as always, anytime you need anything, you need to get some words out about any of the athletics or academic stuff that's going on over at Peabody, y'all more than welcome to just give us a call, and we certainly are here to help facilitate, Peabody and all of the other schools here in our community.
Correct.
Get that word out. And, again, we want to we're going to be there with you 100%. Tomorrow night, we're going to be interviewing Coach Sears over at Pineville.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get an opportunity to talk to him on tomorrow night. And when we made the announcement earlier today, we had folks say, "Well, why aren't you interviewing some of the other coaches?" I said, "We don't have a problem with it. Other coaches as well, because as a community, when we're working together, we can do a lot of good things together."
That's correct. You're absolutely.
Sports definitely that foundation. I was talking to Jack before you came on. I said, when you talk about kids and sports, anybody that got something negative or something bad to say about that, then they just a negative or bad person. So it's kids and sports, whether they win, lose.
That's right.
So they trying their best. And like you said, they're not as thick-skinned as y'all generation or even my generation. So you got to understand that, you know, you can't be hard on them. You know, whether they win or lose, you gotta, you know, they still kids. So
you're right.
Like he said, I just, you know, thank you for the opportunity. We wish you and the players and the fans the best. I didn't go to high school in Alexandria, but I always told Jack if I wanted to go to Peabody so bad. I always wanted to go to Peabody. You know, I went to South Alexandria primary.
Okay.
When Mr. Tompkins was the principal.
Okay.
But my mom moved to Georgia. Yeah, my mom moved to Georgia when I was 6 years old. So I graduated high school in Georgia.
Okay.
And but
George Thompson?
I think his name was Louis Thompson, I believe. I can't remember.
Okay.
But but yeah, you know, that's when the principal come. You might be in the bathroom and the principal come and powder you. That was that era.
That's right. That was a different era. That's right.
Yes, sir. So,
but now we have to show our kids more love. We have to counsel with them, sit down, talk with them, see where they're coming from. You know, but I think that's the major problem we have. We're not listening. We're not sitting encouraging our kids.
Yes, sir. And you know, they're exposed to a lot more stuff that we, you know, with social media and cell phone, things like that.
That's
as
correct.
a parent, you know, you don't have the parental controls that my mom used to have, or even when you guys were growing up. You know, they got access to the world.
That's right.
We didn't have access to the world, so they know stuff that we didn't know till we was adults.
That's
they
correct.
know already, you know. And I was talking to my son about, I told my wife, I said they way aware of their emotions now than we were as a kid.
That's correct.
If I was crying about something, or I had something going on, my mom would say, boy, you better go in that room and figure it out.
Yeah.
And I had to go in the room and figure it out. Well, you know, these kids today, you got to sit down and listen to them and talk with them and try to, you know, they're not used to the level of discipline we were. So
correct. That's correct.
You have to understand that. And I know as a coach, I see it all the time. I go to tournaments and I see coaches break their kids' spirit, you know, by fussing at them when they make a mistake. You know, something like you said, some kids, you got to give them 4 or 5 mistakes.
Yeah.
Before you start hollering and fussing, you know.
That's correct. That's correct.
Well, again, Coach, we definitely want to say thank you again for giving us this opportunity, and we definitely going to be rooting for y'all as we get closer to Thursday, and we plan on being in the house on Thursday as well.
Thank you, and again, thank you all for having me.
All right, yes, you have a great evening there, Coach. I'm gonna go. If you could just hang tight, Coach, I'm gonna go ahead and end this screen. Again, for you guys who joined us tonight, we definitely want to say thank you to you guys. And on tomorrow, again, we're going to be interviewing Pineville and Running Rebels coach, Coach Sears, tomorrow at 6 o'clock as well. So you guys, please join us on that venture as well. Hang tight there for us, Coach.
Okay.
One last comment here. Somebody else had to get a comment in, so we pushed it out there, so it'll be out there.
So you the GOAT.
The GOAT.